Okay. Okay, yesterday where we have stopped, any one of you can remember? Any one of you can answer? Where we have stopped yesterday? Hello. Okay, let us start. Hello. Yeah, two more people have joined.
Yes, ma'am, we'll start.
Okay. Okay, yesterday we have discussed about what are the sources of air pollution. We have discussed. How many of you joined yesterday? Any one of you can summarize what we have discussed yesterday? Hello. Am I audible to you all? Hello. Any one of you can summarize what we have discussed yesterday, what we have seen? Are you there? Am I audible to you all or not? Am I audible to you? No? My God. Am I audible to you? Hello?
Audible, madam.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Yeah. Any one of you can summarize what we have seen yesterday?
Pollution, pollutants.
Okay. Pollution and pollutant. Then? Yeah, very important thing we have discussed yesterday. What is that? Very important matter we have discussed based on the fuel aspect. About what fuel we have discussed yesterday?
White petroleum. White
Okay.
petrol.
Okay. What is white petrol? White
It's
petrol
a pure
means?
petrol. Pure
Okay.
petrol is called as white petrol.
Okay. Where it is being used?
Aeroplanes.
Okay. What is the difference between normal petrol and white petrol? Little fast.
Normal petrol may contain some. Normal petrol may contain some contamination.
Impurities, okay.
Impurities. Whereas
Okay.
white petrol is a pure petrol which doesn't have any impurities.
Okay. Is there any difference in energy aspect between normal petrol and white petrol? I told you this white petrol is being used as fuel for aircraft, isn't it? So is there any difference between the normal petrol and white petrol in terms of energy content? Sorry, energy value or power or fuel aspect? Yes. Okay, I myself tell. Both are same only. So energy content wise or calorific value wise, there is no difference between normal petrol and white petrol. Only the thing is the contaminant like particulate matter, soot particle, smoke, and many gas, whatever the gaseous emission, that also almost the same only. Like carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, whatever it comes out of normal petrol, the same thing will come. But the excluding soot particles, smoke, particulate matter, those content are very less. Okay. And what else we have seen? We have seen about CNG, isn't it? Yes or no? We have discussed about the CNG or not?
Yes, madam.
Now, what is meant by CNG?
Natural gas.
Yeah, what is the
Compressed natural gas.
yes, compressed natural gas. So, what is the difference between other fuel and CNG in automobile sector? Hello? Yes, I told you na yesterday. What did I say? Why the people are using CNG? Why it's preferred to use?
To reduce the pollution.
Okay, to reduce the pollution. Okay. So that means CNG will not at all give you any pollutant. Not at all release
But
any
less,
pollutant.
less,
Less.
less percentage.
Okay. It is an alternate for what sort of fuels? CNG is replaced by what? Sorry, CNG is replacement
Petrol,
for what?
diesel,
Petrol, diesel.
petrol, diesel.
Okay. So because of use of CNG, the quantity of carbon dioxide emission to the atmosphere will be reduced to a certain level. And also whatever the pollutant related to the petroleum like sulfur dioxide content, particulate matter, again heavy metals, soot particles, smoke, heavy metals already I told you, some hydrocarbons, higher hydrocarbons, all those things will be reduced by use of CNG. Okay. And I said one of the important hydrocarbon emission from the petrol is what? Benzene I said, isn't it? Many hydrocarbons are coming out of use while using, not only using, while drilling, refining, distillation, transportation or shifting, storing, transportation and filling all the places. Even after you store into the fuel tank in vehicle also there is evaporation. When it evaporates, different kind of hydrocarbons are released to the atmosphere. So we increase the concentration of atmosphere, increase the concentration of hydrocarbon in the atmosphere periodically. There is no possibility to reduce its concentration since the petroleum compounds, petroleum and petroleum products are highly volatile in nature. That is the reason people are finding out one of the alternative based on the fossil fuel is CNG. What is meant by CNG? What is the composition of CNG? What gas it is? What is the chemical name of CNG? What gas is it?
Natural gas.
Natural gas is what? Natural gas, it is a common name, commercial name. What is the chemical name of it?
Methane.
Methane. Yes, methane only. So you can check it chemical name, chemical form based on chemical formula. How many numbers of or molecule of carbon dioxide or carbon compound can be emitted from methane or from natural gas when we compare with the petroleum? I told you petroleum, the chemical formula starts from C18, C18H22. After that, it may be more than that. From C12 it is started. C12 to C18, more than that also it is possible. So you can proportionally check and count it how many fold of carbon releases into the atmosphere. Not only in the form of carbon dioxide, different form of chemicals, that is specifically organic compounds. Okay, this is what yesterday we have discussed. Other than that we have discussed, now you please tell me, and we have discussed some of the things related to the automobile emissions. Automobile emission, you said what are the pollutant will come, carbon dioxide, sulfur. So now you tell me what are the possible pollutant from the automobiles or transport? From the transport sector or from the automobiles, what are the possible pollutants? When you are using now I am talking about the petroleum, that I was talking about specifically why the Delhi pollution level is being reduced. For that only people gave me some explanation, and specifically what could be the reason I have explained in terms of CNG. Now in general I am talking throughout the world, when the people are using fossil fuels like petrol, petroleum, diesel, whatever it may be as the fuel for automobiles, what are the possible pollutants emitted from the automobiles? When you people do this pollution check for the vehicle, you would have understood that what are the pollutants. You would have checked the carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, anything else you are checking?
Nitrogen, NOx.
Nitrogen may not be, oxides of nitrogen.
Nitrite. NOx.
Oxides of NOx that must be, isn't it? Or NO?
NOx.
That is NOx, yeah, oxides of nitrogen.
NOx.
Yeah, it might be NOx because which is the combination of 5 different compounds of oxides of nitrogen. That's what the people used to say, that is NOx. That contain NOx, NO, capital N, capital O, NO2, N2O3, N2O5, and also N2O. NO, NO2, N2O3, N2O, N2O5. There are 5 different forms of oxides of nitrogen is released from the fossil fuels while burning. NO3 minus, NO, those things will not come. Those are all nitrate. Those are all the gases released from the ammonia form of nitrogen, not from the gaseous form. How oxides of nitrogen is forming? Anyone can tell? If you burn any carbonous material, any organic material, or if you do combustion, or if you do incineration, or we can say commercially that is burning of any organic material, the first step is the carbon react with oxygen, which release carbon dioxide. This process can be named as combustion or burning or oxidation, whatever it could be. Along with this, many compound will come out based on the what material you are burning. The basic compound is carbon dioxide and water. If you burn any hydrocarbon, what is hydrocarbon? What is the composition of hydrocarbons? What are the elements are they with hydrocarbons? Anyone can answer, please?
Hydrogen and carbon.
Only hydrogen and carbon. Really? Hydrocarbons, when the people are telling, which include all the hydrogen, carbon, and oxygen also. Some of the alkanes are there. Without oxygen, it must be. Only CH will be there. That is CH double bond, CH2 double bond, CH triple bond, and CH3 single bond, CH4 also with like that. Those are all the hydrocarbons only. They are alkenes. But in general, the hydrocarbon contain all carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen molecules. These are all the basic molecules. So the compounds which are all containing all this, they are called hydrocarbon. And along with it, something else also is there. What are they? We'll discuss. Now you please tell me, you are using petrol as a hydrocarbon, isn't it? And coal is also a hydrocarbon or not? You know now all the oil-based fossil fuels are hydrocarbon. Natural gas also, the name of the natural gas is methane, that is also a hydrocarbon. Now you please tell me, what about coal? Coal is hydrocarbon or not? Is it organic matter? Hydrocarbon only. Hydrocarbon means all are organic matter. Are you agree? Actually, hydrocarbons means in general I can name it as a organic material or organic matter or organic compound. In that specifically I can say that all hydrocarbons are all organic matters are having carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Particularly, if you take any oxidized chemicals, oxidized compound, that must contain all these three. Now you please explain to me, or you please tell me whatever we have discussed based on that, what are the pollutants from the use of all these fossil fuels? Now are you agree with that coal, all oil-based fossil fuels and natural gas, all are called organic matter or organic compound or hydrocarbons. All these contain carbon, hydrogen and oxygen only. That we know. Now you please tell me, when we are burning all these fossil fuels, what are the pollutants are generally coming out? I myself told many times now today morning only. Tell me what are the possible pollutants are emitted from the burning of fossil fuels.
Carbon dioxide.
Okay, carbon dioxide.
Sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxides,
Okay,
carbon monoxide,
okay. Yes, then. The main pollutant of environment nowadays, people are concentrating too much
Carbon
on what?
monoxide, particulate matter.
Particulate matter is very important. Yes, okay. Carbon monoxide, particulate matter. Then smoke, dust, aerosol, mist. Then some of the heavy metals. That is the major problem of air pollution. Okay, particulate matter, heavy metals or toxic gases. Along with that, sulfur dioxide and oxides of nitrogen and oxides of carbon, all those things. Now, yesterday itself I have started that. Is the carbon dioxide is a pollutant or not? I said it is not at all a pollutant. Isn't it? You read anyway, the people are telling that the gases emitted from any power plant or burning of fossil fuels are carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, everything they will say. Specifically, they will not say carbon dioxide is a pollutant. Similarly, methane is a pollutant or not? Any one of you can answer, methane is a pollutant or not?
No, ma'am.
No. But that is also being categorized as a pollutant. Why?
Because it is a combination of carbon and hydrogen.
Yeah, that's what it is a fuel. Because it is a combination of carbon and hydrogen, it is being named as a hydrocarbon, or it is in the form of gas, it is called as a natural gas. It's a good fuel, everybody is saying. You know what is the composition of this gobar gas? It is a technology mainly developed for rural area, that is specifically for fuel gas supply, isn't it? What is the composition of that gobar gas?
Major composition is methane,
Okay, along with that, what will come out?
carbon dioxide, and
Okay, good. These two is enough.
Nitrogen.
Nitrogen, very less. It should not form also, it should not occupy also. Because, why? Because this is important for another paper also. Listen me very carefully. Gobar gas is generated by the anaerobic process. Anaerobic means what? In absence of air, whatever the microorganism is growing and processing something, by consuming of organic material, one or other products are released. Sometimes it makes gases, sometimes it makes some liquids, which based on the type of feed material what we have given. So since it is anaerobic process, whatever the organism is used for this process is strictly anaerobic. If air is there, then only the nitrogen supply must be there. If air is not there, then nitrogen supply may not be there. But very, very little nitrogen will come, that is trace amount of nitrogen. If air is there, 70%, what is the proportion of air? Yesterday we have asked or not, I don't know. What is the exact composition of air? Okay, let me finish this, then I go to that question. So the air should not be there for anaerobic process. Gobar gas production is strictly anaerobic. In the initial stages, some of the bacteria will be grown in a facultative condition. Facultative condition means which can survive both presence and absence of oxygen or air. And when that second stage is over, then third stage is completely production of gas form. Third stage. In that third stage, whatever the organisms are there, it is strictly anaerobes. In that condition, if any air is there, the growth of microbes will be stopped, then gas yielding will be reduced or declined. This is the process. So, the nitrogen content along with the methane and carbon dioxide will be nil or it is negligible. It will not come out. Okay, it should not be. That is the condition. And now you please come out that. So, methane is not a poison or it is not a pollutant. But why it became a pollutant? Why it is being categorized as a pollutant, we'll discuss. Now we'll come to the point, what is the composition of air?
Butane and propane.
My God, air composition is butane and propane. We will die. We cannot live even.
Sorry, ma'am. Sorry.
That is a totally carcinogenic hydrocarbons. Okay, that is propane. N-propane and N-butane is the combination or composition of LPG gas. Okay, if LPG gas leaks means people used to say first, any children are saying nearby, you just send them out, they will say. If they inhale that gas, some of the part will go continuously if they inhale. Okay, so N-propane and N-butane is the composition of LPG gas. I am asking what is the composition of air? We are talking about air.
Carbon dioxide, oxygen and nitrogen, ma'am.
Okay, what is the ratio? What is the percentage? Either in volume basis or weight basis, any basis is okay.
Percentage of oxygen is 21.
Okay.
And
good.
we inhale 16%.
16.
And utilized by ourselves.
So you are telling in molecular form itself. Okay. That is 16 moles of oxygen we are taking based on the molecular weight.
Yeah.
Okay.
And total nitrogen percentage is 78.
Okay.
As we inhale 78% and we exhale it also.
Okay.
And the percentage of carbon dioxide is 0.03 we inhale molecules. And we exhale 0.4%.
We are not inhaling carbon dioxide, okay, for your kind information. We cannot
actually, in the process of breathing, little amount of carbon dioxide also enter into our nostrils.
No, that is very less. It is presented in air.
Yes,
it is going,
very
but
less,
we cannot.
0.03 molecules entered into our nostrils, and from our body cells, the carbon dioxide is exerted 0.4%.
No, actually, that carbon dioxide enters through air along with the air inside. It is not being used anything. It is just inhaled and exhaled.
Not used, but the percentage increases while it is coming out or in the process of exhalation.
Yeah, why it is increased?
Because our body cells leaves the material carbon dioxide as excretion. Excretion gas.
Yes, fine. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, fine. So we'll say that 20, okay, good. 21% of oxygen and 78% of nitrogen is there. These two gases are inert gases or reactive gases? These two gases, when it as it is in atmosphere, they are inert or it is reactive?
Atmosphere. All 10%.
Don't think about the pollution. I am talking about whatever the God's creation. God gave very clean, dry, permanent gases. Among them, nitrogen and oxygen composition is more. That is being used. Those two gases, when they are in atmosphere, whether it is reactive or it is inert.
What
What is meant by inert?
Stable gases.
Yeah, inert means it is high, either it is unreactive or non-reactive. Okay, it is stable also we can say. So this nitrogen and oxygen are reactive or inert?
They are
Somebody is
reactive.
talking
Reactive.
reactive. How it is being reacted with the atmospheric component? Yes.
When they will react, any metal it will
Exchange of electrons.
With what?
with metal.
Other gases or elements.
No. I am talking about primarily the atmosphere contains permanent, dry, clean air. Okay. Then what is the composition? I said those gases are reactive or not?
Self, they are not reactive, but when they will combine with anything, they will become reactive.
Combine with what? What is the major process? Yes, tell me. Go out. Yes.
ಸಾಕದೆ ಸಾಗಕ್ಕೂ ಉಂಟು ಸಾಕಂತೆ ಸಾಕೋಕೆ
Yes, any one of you, please. Hello. So any one of you can answer. Those two gases are important for all the nutrient cycle, isn't it? If it is not reactive, mean how the food cycle will be, how the carbon cycle, how the nitrogen cycle, other cycle will not be there, isn't it? So they are reactive. Why do I want to tell all these things? Primarily, the air contains permanent, dry, clean gas. If it is converted from one form to another form, organic to inorganic, inorganic to organic form, it is converted. When is converting our food chain is being, or all the cycles, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, sulfur, water, phosphorus, all the cycle is being complete. If it is happening, whatever the compound, one or two extra, it will be released also, that will be balanced in our ecosystem. Then whatever the pollutant nowadays we are talking, this pollution, that pollution, this pollutant, that pollutant, all the compounds are naturally occurred. But when the natural ecosystem gets balanced by the release of all those things, they are all called essential compound. When it exceeds the limit, when it started give poisonous effect on all living things, then it is being categorized as a pollutant. Is it very clear? For example, if you take the carbon dioxide, when 0.03% of carbon dioxide, when it is there in our air, it is the essential compound. Without carbon dioxide, there is no living things at all in the earth surface, on earth. Because that is the major compound, along with the water molecule, in the presence of sunlight, make use of plants' chlorophyll. The plants are producing the food material that is called starch or glucose, whatever it may be. That is stored in the plant. That stored energy is essential food for all living things. All living things are all animals, including human beings. We are getting food, that is the food. So the carbon dioxide is being converted into glucose through the process of photosynthesis. This is a major important primary process for living things. Without that process, no living things can be. And after this glucose starch synthesis, along with that oxygen is also evolved during the photosynthesis process. Then this glucose plus oxygen combinedly oxidize. When it is oxidizing, it releases, when that means we are consuming the food or any animals. When we are consuming the food along with the oxygen, it is being oxidized, and whatever the chemical energy released, that is being used for the metabolism, and the remaining waste is evolved out in the form of carbon dioxide from all the animals. Along with that, whatever the agriculture practices we are doing to produce the food and other things, at the end of the harvesting, the people will be burned out all the agriculture material. That releases huge quantity of carbon dioxide. That carbon dioxide, and it is expelled carbon dioxide, it is being cycled. Again, it is fixed through the plants for the through the photosynthesis process, it producing the food. When the cycle is going on, there is no problem of any carbon dioxide pollution in the world or in the entire atmosphere. Once what we have done, we have started taking this coal, oil and natural gas from the underground, and when we are started processing it before burning itself, when we are processing means whatever the coal we are getting from the underground, we cannot use directly. We have to do the mining process. Mining means, as I told you yesterday, it is a process of cleaning of coal. Okay, when we are doing this cleaning of coal, or when we are talking about the oil, we are doing the refining of oil. The same thing, only gas for gas, only the filtration process. Even then there is a dust material will come. While doing the cleaning or pre-processing of all this fossil material, the world is accumulated with the dust, particulate matter, and many things like this we can assume. And after burning only, the carbon dioxide is evolved. So whatever the carbon dioxide is assimilated through the plant, that is more than that required quantity, the carbon dioxide released from burning of all this fossil fuel. If you burn something, if it releases, where it will accumulate? Wherever the spaces are there, it will accumulate. What is the space here? The space is atmosphere only. So the carbon dioxide is accumulated in the atmosphere. What will happen from the 18th or 17th century onwards? Every 10 years once, that means each decade, the carbon dioxide level increases by 0.6 degrees centigrade because of carbon dioxide increases in atmosphere. All the carbon dioxide released from the burning of fossil fuels, otherwise it is called anthropogenic activities. Technically it is called power plants or from the electricity generation, or it is called thermal power plant. These carbon dioxide are released from all these sources at very high temperature. When we are burning the petrol or oil or natural gas, whatever it may be, the gases are released at a very high temperature. At the same time, whatever the metabolism we followed or taken place in living things by burning of food material, oxidation inside the body of living thing, that carbon dioxide released I exhaled, it is not at that much high temperature. But the release of carbon dioxide from all these fossil fuels burning, more than 1000 degree also till date in some of the power plants. So because of rise of concentration of this carbon dioxide in atmosphere, the atmosphere temperature has started increasing 0.6 degree per decades. Understood? This is important, very important information. Due to that only, the atmospheric temperature, initially there is a correlation. As per our thermodynamic concept, and based on the geometry of Earth and the atmosphere system or solar system, we supposed to have the standard temperature and pressure of one atmosphere, and the temperature must be not more than 25 degrees centigrade. That's what you would have observed in school lives, in school books and all chemistry, physics book. If you would have seen, they would have taken the standard STP condition at 25 degrees centigrade, one atmosphere. Have you seen anywhere in the textbooks? 25 degrees centigrade and 1 atmospheric pressure. Yes or no? I am audible to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Sometime it is muted or not, I was sorry. Can you see in any textbook like this? The standard STP condition at 25 degrees centigrade and 1 atmosphere. Many chemical reaction is taking place at that place or at that temperature only. And that's why the textbook is being written based on 25 degrees centigrade and 1 atmosphere. Physical chemistry book, if you look at 9th class onwards, they would have mentioned like this. But what is the average temperature of Earth's surface now? Anyone can answer to me, please? And one more thing, that in an average of Earth's entire globe surface temperature must be 15 degree only. You should not be more than 10. But anyhow, there is a desert and the polar region all together when they have taken average 15 degrees centigrade only. And here and there they have increased the scientific process. It won't be taken place at the polar region. So they have considered 25 degrees centigrade. It is not based on the recorded value. And nowadays, what could be the average surface temperature? Anyone can tell? It's supposed to be thermodynamic concept. Based on thermodynamic concept, the surface temperature should not be exceeded 15 degrees centigrade in an average. Now, any one of you can tell what is the average surface temperature?
27 degrees Celsius.
Flukely don't tell, ma'am, please. So what is the average annual average temperature of Hyderabad? Anyone can tell, please? This year summer, how much it went up? We are all in Hyderabad only, no?
48 temperature.
48. 48 you are telling, sir?
Yes, madam. 47 to 48.
Have you seen at any time 44, 47, 48? Seriously, I'm asking. 47, 48 at any time, have you observed, have you seen practically from a TV or mobile or anywhere else? It is not possible. That is my question. It is not at all possible. For your kind information, we are using hot water for bath. What could be the temperature of hot water? How many degree more than the room temperature?
37, 30.
37 degree more you are telling, at 37 degree room temperature you are telling, or water temperature is 37 you are telling?
Oh, room temperature is 25 temperature, ma'am. 25
Okay, at
degrees.
what temperature you can use the water for bathing?
30.
32.
Okay, fine. That means more or less from the room temperature more than 5 to 6 degrees centigrade higher temperature water only we can use for bathing. Okay, 30 degree means 34, 35 degree, 36. More than that, we cannot use. We cannot use 40 degree, 45 degree, 50 degree centigrade temperature water. Okay, when that is the case, we cannot touch that water for even bathing. If we want to take a bath in hot water, the thing is, if the air temperature is 47, 48 means, can we walk? Can we go out? It is not possible. Okay, 44, 45 could be maximum. Beyond that means it is unable to tolerate this one. So current year, how much maximum it went up? Any one of you, please?
From 46.5.
46.5. Really?
Yes, ma'am. In Telangana region, maximum it is at around 46.5.
Really? Then it was too hard.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I can agree to some level, because if it is the coastal area means that is possible. Is it coastal area? Is it coastal area in Telangana or Andhra?
No, it's not coastal area.
Dry land.
Around Nalgonda region, I am not sure what the place, but in Telangana it reaches to 46.5
Okay.
for 1-2 days.
Okay.
It is a maximum temperature.
Really?
Yes.
But
Yes.
it looks like very higher end. That's what I am repeatedly telling. It looks like very higher end. Okay. So the where to where we went? Anyone can track where we have changed the track?
Temperature of surface, average temperature of surface.
Yeah, the temperature, average surface temperature was around it, according to the thermodynamic
15 degrees.
15 degrees centigrade only. But for the scientific purpose, the people have assigned the standard temperature and pressure at 25 degrees centigrade and 1 atmospheric pressure. Now the average temperature is being increased to 28 to 28.5 degree. Not it be recorded. These are all the things in assumption. The people are, when they are calculating also nowadays, they are putting 30 degree only as room temperature. They are not using 25 degree as a room temperature for any calculation. Okay, that is the case. Why these changes came means only because of release of this carbon dioxide into the atmosphere at very high temperature. Release of carbon dioxide to the atmosphere at normal temperature means this much problem would have not been raised. Along with the carbon dioxide, water vapor also is coming out while burning the all fossil fuels. So this carbon dioxide, water, along with some methane, very few molecules of methane only released. All these three gases, but these three gases dominated by carbon dioxide only majorly. When it is accumulates for over the long period in atmosphere, it keep on increases atmosphere temperature. Then globally the temperature started increasing. That's what it is called global warming. Global warming means what? Anyone can say now? Now you just to open up. What is meant by global warming? What is meant by global warming? Whatever the knowledge you have, based on that you tell. Whatever I gave the information, make use of that also you can tell. What is global warming?
Increase in temperature of the Earth's surface
By
greenhouse gases,
okay, what are the greenhouse gases?
carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, carbon
Along with that,
monoxide.
carbon monoxide, no.
Methane.
About carbon monoxide, if I say, you people will be shocked. Okay. Okay, but I have to, this is carbon monoxide is one of the important question. Please note it, and whatever I am going to talk, you make a note on it. Okay, carbon monoxide, when it comes out, when we are burning the fossil fuels, that is organic matter, it's supposed to give carbon dioxide, isn't it? That is called combustion. Whenever the combustion is happening properly, or proper combustion, whenever it takes place, whatever the organic substances it undergoes oxidation or combustion, it should release only carbon dioxide from the carbon. and water molecule, other things are coming out from other part of the molecule of organic substances. But everyone, almost many people, many of you said this carbon monoxide is also a pollutant. From where it comes out? How it comes out?
From vehicles, ma'am, unburnt gas.
Unburned gas.
Carbon monoxide from vehicles. I think.
Carbon
I don't
monoxide?
know.
Okay, this is not unburned.
Unburnt fuels.
Okay, I'll tell you.
Incomplete fuels. Incomplete burn of fuels.
Yes, yeah, that is correct. Incomplete combustion or incomplete burning of fuel, it comes out.
Yeah.
Actually, according to the definition, one molecule of carbon required one molecule of oxygen, which gives one molecule of carbon dioxide. That's what the formula is. C plus O2 gives CO2. Yeah, that is called stoichiometric combustion. Stoichiometric combustion means exactly one molecule of carbon react with 1 mole of oxygen, or in kg wise means 1 kg of carbon react with 1 kg of oxygen. It gives 1 kg of carbon dioxide, not 2 kg of carbon dioxide. 1 kg of carbon dioxide, because the molecular weight is different for these two compounds. If instead of 1 kg, when you are supplying the oxygen from the air, because we are supplying air only, not oxygen, isn't it? But oxygen is only involved in for the reaction. Whatever the 78% of nitrogen, it is not involved in the action. It occupies the volume and it comes out. Sometimes if the temperature goes up, means it will be converted into oxides of the respective nitrogen, then it comes out. So when we are supplying the oxygen, even if it is 1 gram oxygen less also, many molecules of fuels will be left over as unburned or sometimes half burned. So the stoichiometric combustion means exact amount of oxygen required for the complete combustion is called stoichiometric. If any small less quantity of oxygen is less during that process, means which will not complete the combustion process, which is called incomplete combustion. During that process, some unburned material along with the half burned material which comes out. When the process is calling, that is called incomplete combustion. So we can't assure that, for example, very big power plant is there, they are running with per day or per hour many tons of coal or many tons of oil they have to burn in a boiler, we can say, or in a reactor. It is a reactor, not boiler. In a reactor, and they have to supply oxygen along with or from the air. Only oxygen is taking place for the reaction. When they supply any small leakage is there here and there, means the reaction will not be completed. So the people have introduced the concept of excess air. Excess air means in all the thermal process or thermal power plant, whatever the exact amount of oxygen is required, more than 15 to 25% of air they will pass through the fuel bed. That oxygen level is called excess air. When the excess air is passing, means whatever the oxygen will be reactive, it is reactive, and the remaining amount of oxygen along with the nitrogen, it comes out without any reactive. But all the carbon, they are assuming that it is burned out. This is the concept people are following throughout the world for the power generation. Even in your fuel tank vehicle also the same concept. But sometimes unknowingly or because of technical issue, the fuels are not burned properly, the carbon monoxide will come. Instead of 1 carbon react with 1 oxygen, or 1 kg of carbon react with 1 kg of oxygen, if less half kg or less than that or more than that, less than 1 kg when it reacts, the carbon monoxide will come out. That is called incomplete combustion. The peculiarity of this carbon monoxide is highly reactive because it is unsaturated compound. It is eagerly roaming here and there to entrap off molecule, because it needs only half molecules of oxygen to convert carbon monoxide into carbon dioxide. CO is carbon monoxide, CO2 is carbon dioxide. When C plus O2, which gives CO2, C plus half O2 gives CO. So it needs only half molecule of oxygen to make this unsaturated compound into stable or saturated carbon dioxide. So if it is there in the atmosphere, means it is moves here and there where they can get a half molecule of oxygen, immediately that will be converted into carbon dioxide. But the problem of carbon monoxide, which is highly reactive material, they can enter through even skin pores also to human body. Skin pores, through our eyelid, through nose, through ear also it can be entered into the human body. When it enter into the human body, anyhow which is canvas for half molecule of oxygen, if it is enter within the moment, it will be capturing the oxygen from our hemoglobin. So where the oxygen is accumulated in our body, in hemoglobin only, isn't it? So what will happen? Immediately it absorbs the oxygen from the hemoglobin. The carbon monoxide is being converted into carbon dioxide. Then it is released from our body through any way, any exhaustion. But the hemoglobin is lake of oxygen, half oxygen molecule. If it is only one carbon monoxide molecule enter, one half molecule of oxygen will lost, nothing will happen. If many molecules enter, many molecule of oxygen loss will happen in our hemoglobin. Whenever the situation is happening like that, that time only we are facing the breathing issue. Have you observed? Any here and there people are burning the unwanted material, which gives lot of smoke, means the smoke will be in the color of white color, that you can say that is carbon dioxide. Whenever the smoke comes out in the form of light to little dark blue color or pale blue color, you can say there is a formation of carbon monoxide. Whenever the insufficient oxygen is there for the combustion or burning, the carbon monoxide will be evolved. That carbon monoxide entered into any human body, this is the issue. Even I have faced many times like that. So whenever people come across that kind of smoke environment, they are feeling this way. That is the issue. When the person is continuously exposed to such an environment, then slowly they will be affected by lack of oxygen. Then when we go to the doctor, they will say your hemoglobin content is less. Then your hemoglobin content is less means you have to start eating up hemoglobin content food material along with some medicine. If you take some time, then you leave it, no problem. Continuously, if you take for long time, then leukemia problem will come. So these are all the sequencing problems. The problem of carbon monoxide is it is directly entered through our skin. It will go to mix with the hemoglobin. It absorbs the half molecule of oxygen to convert into carbon dioxide. Then all living animals are suffering like that for lack of oxygen, which gives the breathing issue. Got it? So we can't simply say that carbon monoxide is not it is a major pollutant. Carbon dioxide is not at all a pollutant. Carbon monoxide is a major pollutant. When the quantity of carbon dioxide increased in atmosphere at very high temperature, then only it is being considered as a pollutant. Otherwise, that is not at all a pollutant. Without carbon dioxide, there is no living things on the earth's surface. Are you agree? What is your opinion, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Only one student is there in the class. Hello. How many of you are there?
13, ma'am, total.
Oh, they have joined. Okay. Till now, do people have any doubt?
No, madam.
No, madam. Okay. Fine. Then we'll go to the atmosphere structure now. Okay. Actually, whatever the things are there, we are talking many things, this technology, that technology, and we are telling that computer field is going up like anything, which is modernize the world. These are all true. We cannot deny it. That is true. But whatever the things are developing, will be developed, whatever it may be, for everything, there is a basic need of energy. Without and that energy, nothing is moved. That energy principally is from our sun only. The sun gives energy in the form of solar radiation. Why it is called solar radiation? We are getting energy principally or basically energy from the sun only. That energy only we are utilizing in different forms in the world. Even whatever the technology today it's developed also, the origin or the source must be from the sun only, and it is converted in different form and different ways, and it reaches to us in different form. But the principal source is, ultimate source is sun energy only. But we are never called that is a heat energy. We are all telling that is solar radiation. Why it is called solar radiation? And even I can say it is not exact term of solar radiation. If we talk in terms of energy content, it will be named as something different. Why it is called solar radiation? Radiation means what? Hello? Okay, what could be the approximate temperature of the sun? Anything I am talking wrong? What is the core temperature of sun? No? Sorry, okay. This is the homework for you all. Because everyone should know this. Take it as a homework. When you come to the next class, you please remember that. And if I forget also, you people please remember that. Okay. So whatever the energy which is released from the sun to the earth, that energy only used for the entire earth and atmosphere system. That's what people used to call, that is EA system, earth atmosphere system. Earth means we are thinking that all the living things are there. Atmosphere means we are thinking that whatever the interaction between the sun and the earth, it is being led through the atmosphere. Are you agree? Hari? Hello?
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah. Is there any controversy or agree? These are all things nowhere there in your book. These are all from our experience I am explaining. Are you agree that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, but the amount of sun energy we have received into the earth's surface, it is controlled by two important factors. The atmosphere is behaving like a filter. Whatever we want that we are receiving, whatever we don't want, that is filter it and reflected back. Only wanted things are coming to us. And the quantity of energy absorbed or received from the sun is mainly depending upon what is the distance, because the distance between the sun and the earth's surface varied from place to place. That's what people are measured in terms of altitude and latitude, longitude. Otherwise, they will say in another simple term how far it is from the sea level. So the distance between the sun and the earth's surface and the amount of radiation or temperature received from the sun, based on these two only, how much energy properly utilized on earth's surface is being estimated. Okay. So I told you that the atmosphere is behaving like a filter. So what kind of things will be filtered it off? What kind of things it will not be filtered it off? Anyone can be? Anyone can answer? Atmosphere is a good filter, air filter. That filter is filter it off. There are different types of radiation, we know that. If you see the scale of white light, we can see the all 7 colors from violet to red. The violet to red, that is Vibgyor line. In Vibgyor line, if we talk about the before violet, that we are calling it ultraviolet radiation, that is invisible radiation. If we come towards red and after that, that is called infrared. Those are all called visible region. If we receive any visible region light, it does not give any harmful effect. If we receive any lights from the invisible range of light, that creates many problems to the living things, including plants. Nowadays, it affects non-living things also, that is different. So that is the main behavior of atmosphere. Whatever we want, it needs for the living things or for earth's surface, it permits to us, and the remaining things it reflected back. This is the concept of atmosphere and the importance of atmosphere for living things. Now we'll come to the atmosphere means what? Yesterday I asked you what is atmosphere and what is environment. Whether it is environment is in atmosphere or atmosphere in environment, somebody have answered very nicely. Okay, fine, good. Now you please tell me what is atmosphere? How do we can understand that the atmosphere is like that? Atmosphere means what? Yes. Now we have spoken many things, no? Because of release of carbon dioxide at very high temperature, the atmospheric temperature is going up. Because of that only global warming is coming, we said. And some of you explained very nicely that global warming is coming because of greenhouse gases. That is absolutely correct. Okay. These are all the play happen way. These are all the play is happening in the atmosphere only. Isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what is atmosphere? How we can understand this is atmosphere? Can we
The
see
gas
the
is surrounded by the it tends to be a atmosphere.
Okay. Along with that, the movement of gases must be taken place, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, the movement of gases. Otherwise, what I am speaking, you cannot hear. What you are speaking, I cannot hear. Whatever I am seeing by opening my eyes, I cannot see. If there is no transfer of energy from one place to another place, that movement of atmospheric gases supposed to be taken place. For movement of anything from one place to another place, what it requires, what it needs. Suppose you are sitting at one place. Now you want to move one table from one place to another place. What you supposed to do? What you should require?
Energy.
Yes, it needs energy. Okay. So the energy is given for an atmosphere. Gases are there. The gas is supposed to move from one place to another place. It moves from one place to another place. It means on what basis the things can be moved. It needs energy. It needs energy to move from one place to another place. On what basis it will move? From higher energy part to lower energy part, isn't it? For example, when you are pushing the table from one place to another place, from where you are pushing that side, you are giving more pressure than where it moves another corner of the table, isn't it? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so there must be a energy difference. There must be energy difference, then only the movement will be taken place. For example, you are moving the table, it is not at all moving. What does it mean? Whatever the energy you are giving to the table, it is not sufficient and you are supposed to give more energy than what it has. Then only it moves, otherwise it will not. For that, the sun provides the energy. The movement of the particle or gas is taken place in atmosphere from one place to another place based on its temperature and pressure distribution or pressure difference. Got it? No? Is it complicated or it is confusing? The energy is
No,
given
it's
by...
clear.
Yeah. So that's what the atmosphere is easily understood by atmospheric gases. Along with whatever the temperature is related to those gases, the movement of the gases is taken place based on the pressure distribution. From these factors only we can understand this is atmosphere. So we can say now temperature is more, temperature is less, means the temperature is more, we are telling that that is in equator region. The temperature is less or below or it is in zero, means we are telling that is polar region. And the remaining area we are telling the tropical area, subtropical area. We are naming as per our convenient whatever we have named based on the condition. Okay, this is the structure of atmosphere. And again we are telling that the composition of air is, I told you that simply, or somebody said the atmosphere is composed of gases. Yes, what are those gases? Some of the gases are fixing the climate change. Some of the gases are permanent gases that are not at all playing any role to the climate change. What is meant by climate change? Anyone can answer, please? Entire world is speaking about the climate change only. That is a hot topic in about environmental science. One is carbon storage or carbon sequestration, and another topic parallel to that is climate change. These two only. So what is meant by climate change? Now this year is El Nino is happened, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
What is meant by El Nino? This is the news spreaded through TV, papers, everywhere. Even if you open the internet also this, and many alerts people have created here and there about the El Nino principles and concepts.
It is related to the temperature in the
Related
Pacific,
to that. Yes.
Pacific Ocean.
Okay, that
Which
is
affects
indication.
the
That
monsoon.
this year
Which
it
affects
happened. Correct only. Yes, tell me.
the monsoon because of the currents.
Okay. Because of that, what happened? What is the impact?
Temperature
Temperature.
ocean temperature will be cooler because of El Nino, ma'am.
Okay. Due to that, what will happen? Whatever the monsoon rain we will get, that we won't get.
Cyclonic things will be reduced, and then normal prediction of a normal monsoon, it will be there in India.
Yes. Throughout the world, in some of the India, south part of the world suffered like this. Because of this concept, El Nino principle, whatever the monsoon rain we used to get, we won't get at that time. And some other time we will get it. Why we need to have monsoon rain for the agriculture practices? At that time only we have to do the cultivation, otherwise the yield will be affected. Then we cannot meet the production level. If we are not meeting the required or demand production level, the rate of the product will be increased one corner, the availability of the product may not be there. Then we have to procure from some other places, the rate of the product will go high. So the totally what will happen? Enter the flow of money, flow of material availability to the middle class to lower class will be less, or they cannot meet their demand. Then the Indian economy will go down, and many things will be reflected in terms of diseases, this, that, X, Y, Z, all sort of things will be flattened related to the money fact. What is the basic thing? The basic thing is the circulation of water vapor above the specific reason something happened. Due to that, and whatever the area covered for that particular monsoon for monsoon rain, that will be affected. Because of that, the agriculture production will go down. Due to that, all this related problem will come. Why? Because it happened. The reason behind that is because of this accumulation of all this carbon dioxide in the atmosphere only. Somewhere it is increased the temperature due to the pressure difference. From high temperature to low pressure it moves, but it's supposed to be happen in a reverse direction, but in the positive direction it happened. Due to that only all affected this. So the climate change means, what does it mean? Whatever the cycle supposed to be happen according to the latitude longitude condition, it should happen. If it deviates from that season, it will be affected everything. That is called climate change. The major problem of air pollution, especially due to this global warming, is climate change is the major problem. Due to this climate change, many living things cannot be survived. And another important problem I forgot to tell you, when I was explaining about the global warming, when the temperature of atmosphere is keep on increasing, the polar glacier ice started melting. You try to understand, our earth system is, the structure of earth system is something great by God's grace. There must be equator, there must be a polar region and tropical, subtropical condition. And whatever the changes or seasonal variation is taking place, accordingly it's supposed to happen. Is there any changes means? And some of the sea level will go down. In somewhere the change will happen. Somewhere the people may enjoy with industrialization or urbanization or globalization or whatever it may be. But the people, those who are living in a low-lying area nearby sea, those area may go down. and the related area or island or city or villages, whatever it may be, that will be immersed by the water. Even I know one big information. When I was small, in Tamil Nadu, Rameshwaram, one place is there. All Indian must be knowing that, I think so. And from the Sri Lanka, in between Sri Lanka and the side of Rameshwaram, one place is called Dhanushkodi. That is small island. When I was small, the people used to go there, they visit that place also. But nowadays that place is not there. It is completely immersed in water. Even the people could not able to find out there was one place like that, it happened. So why it happened? Somewhere the temperature is increased. Due to that, the earth temperature is increased, means seawater temperatures also will increase. Then it evaporates, it goes down. Somewhere it rainfall is more and flood will happen. That is different thing. But the major cause is because of global warming, polar ices have started melting. When polar ice started melting, means around 24 centimeter of thickness of polar ice started melting, and that gives many feet in difference of sea depth. That melted means where that water will go. That water will be entering into the sea only. Because of that, many feet of sea level increase. Many island, many low-lying areas are immersed in water. Till date, people could not able to find out that what are the area immersed in water. That is the major problem. When we are living very happily and we are enjoying very nicely with all facilities, the people, those who do not enjoy in that kind of remote area, they have entered into the water, and we could not able to say what is that also. That is the problem of this kind of global warming. Clear? This is one of the important questions. The people, when they will ask about the global warming, and still some more information I will give when I will handle the second lesson. But when I was explained this I am giving as an alert. Please remember that. Okay. So when we are thinking about this composition of air, it is primarily, I told you, by the God's creation, we get very clean, dry gases, which consist of dry air, that consists of carbon dioxide, very little quantity, 0.03%, major component nitrogen and oxygen. Those are all called very clean, dry gases. Then variable gases. Variable gases are different according to the process, according to the place or location, it will be changed. Then greenhouse gases, ozone and suspended particles. These are all the gases or composition of atmosphere. Among them, the permanent gases are nitrogen and oxygen. They are the major composition. Both together around 99% of concentration.
Ma'am, voice is not audible.
Really? Now is it okay? I think now is it okay? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello? Okay.
Yes,
No.
madam.
Okay, fine. Around 99% by volume. These are all taking major part in living things on the Earth's surface. And the remaining 1% of concentration, all inert gases. What are those inert gases? Can you give an example for inert gases?
Ma'am, voice is not audible.
Really? Others also, please tell me. My voice is not audible?
Audible,
No,
ma'am.
it's
It's
okay.
audible, madam.
Ma'am, then you have to check from your side, please. Any one of you can send message. I will. Okay. These are all around 99% of composition of this permanent gases, and the remaining 1% is inert gases. What is meant by inert gas, and what are the examples of inert gases? Any one of you, please. Little
Hello,
fast
ma'am.
will go. Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me? I am audible to everyone, not only to you. I'm not audible to you only. Please check from your side. Hello?
Everybody is getting voice?
Yes. You
Yes.
asked them? Yeah. So you please check it from your side, ma'am. So any one of you can answer, please. What is the example? What is meant by inert gases? What is the example of inert gases?
Inert gases have the stable
Not combined with
configuration.
other elements.
Helium.
Any one of you, please. One by one, please tell. Hello?
It have the stable configuration. They are not in the stable state. And helium, krypton, xenon. These
Yeah.
are the some of the names.
Yeah, inert gases are basically non-reactive. Okay, it is not reactive. So this will not be reactive with anything. So it will not, it is not at all responsible for or on climate change. It occupies some of the space in the atmosphere. It occupies the volume, but this is also essential. When the compound is moving from one place to another place, it's supposed to maintain that 100% volume. Otherwise, what will happen? If any gap is there, the pressure drop or pressure increase will be taken place. To maintain that, these are all the creation of God, everything made it in a pakka manner. So it will not be influencing on climate change. Only the thing is variable gases and greenhouse gases are responsible for this climate change. Got it? So now we have to talk about what are the greenhouse gases and what are the variable gases. As I told you, these permanent gases like nitrogen and oxygen, which plays important role on the Earth's surface, life on Earth's surface. This nitrogen, how the nitrogen is taken place in the life cycle. I told about the carbon very nicely. The carbon is involving for photosynthesis in the form of carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide combined with the water molecule, in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll from the plant, which is being consumed by the taken up with the plant through the photosynthesis process. It is being stored in the plant as in the form of glucose or starch or any other form of sugar. And along with that, the oxygen is evolved to the atmosphere. That oxygen and this chemical energy we are using for our consumption as in the form of food, and that energy released by that oxidation with oxygen. The energy is being used for the metabolism of all things, all living things, and the carbon dioxide is evolved. Again, the carbon dioxide is used. That is the process. So this is the way the oxygen and the carbon dioxide is cycled for or within the living system. Similarly, I am asking how the nitrogen could be used, how the nitrogen is being cycled. So in atmosphere, carbon dioxide and water molecule is there. From the living things, that is from the plant and the animal, the oxygen is being consumed and the carbon dioxide is again released back to the atmosphere. Clear? And when we consume it, again carbon dioxide and water molecule only will come out or coming out. Leave it. Now, similarly, how the nitrogen is taken, how the nitrogen is taken from the atmosphere. Any one of you would have studied in ecology. How the nitrogen is being taken up. Hey, any biology student is there? In your batch, any biology student is there? Then how the nitrogen could be fixed? Okay, how the nitrogen could be released to the atmosphere? Hello? I am audible to you all? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How the nitrogen could be fixed in atmosphere? From the atmosphere to the living things.
Nitrogen is released in the atmosphere was absorbed by the plants through some microorganisms like rhizobium and nostoc, ma'am.
Yes, yes, yes.
They fix the nitrogen in the leguminous plants, and that was used by plants.
Okay.
And form nitrates to synthesize the proteins.
Okay, fine. Okay. Yes, ma'am, correct. Good. whatever the nitrogen molecules are available in the air, that is in the form of N2, that is molecules. Nowhere the free nitrogen will be available. The conversion of nitrogen to atomic nitrogen is very big issue. It is not that much easy. It is reduction process. It is at very high temperature, pressure only it could be done. Not temperature, high pressure only it could be done. The thing is that nitrogen is available plenty in the air, 78%. But it is not that much easy to store. Human being cannot do. But some of the bacteria which is living in the underground and the root of the plants, they are called specialized nitrogen fixing bacteria. Those bacteria are observed and which is assimilating and keep it with them. Then those nitrogen along with the soil oxygen and some other biochemical reactions are taking place between the soil, microorganism and the plant. Those nitrogen are converted into nitrates. Those nitrates are stored in the plant in the form of, first it forms in the form of amino acids. Those amino acids in the sequence manner it forms protein. That protein only gives to the plant, whenever the protein is started synthesis, then the plant started growing. Okay, people used to say, if the kids are growing fast, mean you give any proteinous food, they will say. Have you heard at any time? Protein is a kind of material which develops very fast, which gives the growth matter in the living things. So this is the way the nitrogen is taken up, and by the help of lightning process also through when precipitation or raining is happening. This is lightening the process. So through this two way only the nitrogen is fixed in the plant. No human being activity. Nothing can be done by human being for this particular issue. At least for the photosynthesis, we can create the plant by doing this. From the plant or at the root of the plant, it's supposed to happen means the microbes supposed to be there by nature only. Nowadays people are making some of the artificial this rhizobium acetobacter supplements. I don't know how far it is working, how much it is efficient. I cannot say, I don't have comments, but I know the performance. Okay, this bacteria, the name of the bacteria are rhizobium and acetobacter. Few more are there, even I am not aware of it, all those things. Then how this nitrogen is again, now we have stored the nitrogen from the atmosphere to living things. Now the same nitrogen will be going, has to go back to the atmosphere. Through what process it is going?
Decaying.
What?
Where
Decay.
organism will die.
Organism will die. Then. Decaying, when it will happen? Once the organism will die means nitrogen will now evolve to the atmosphere. Hello?
Indirect process, ma'am.
Like what?
When they will die, then microorganisms, they will consume it, and those things, it will die, then it will be taken up by the plants as a nutrients. Then it will be mixed with the soil.
Okay. Then the nitrogen will be evolved into the atmosphere. Are you telling me? No, no, ma'am. Have you studied anywhere the nitrogen cycle, it goes like that? Have you studied anywhere? Okay, I'll come to the point. Please listen me very carefully. This is very, very important information when you are studying environmental science, especially air pollution. Any fuel you use, anything you use, and air must be the combustor or oxidizing agent. Air cannot be used directly, only oxygen is involved in the active part of the reaction. The nitrogen will be same. When you're doing the combustion reaction, based on the availability of carbon and the type of the kind of combustion reaction you are carrying out, the temperature of the reaction starts from 400 degrees centigrade to 1200, 1500, 1600 degree also it went up nowadays. But the nitrogen will be converted into their respective oxide at or above 600 degrees centigrade only. Below that temperature, the nitrogen is not at all being converted into their oxides. It will be released as nitrogen only. So the people are asking about oxides of nitrogen pollution. That means during the combustion process, if they are talking about mean the temperature, the process will be taken place above 700 degrees centigrade only. Whatever the decaying process you are telling, from where the decaying it is happened plus from the living things, either it is animal body including human body or plant material. When it undergoes like this, only what will be there? The proteinous material in the form of amino acid. Amino acid is not in the form of nitrogen. It is in the form of amine and amide. It is NH2 or NH or N triple bond, like that only it will be. N triple bond or N double bond, NH double bond or NH2, like that only it will be. Or ammonia, that is NH3 form. Clear? So directly the ammonia cannot be evolved. It may be sometime if enough oxygen is there, make use of some of the microorganisms, it can be converted into, the ammonia can be converted into nitrate. That nitrate can be released sometime, very rarely by reduction process, into nitrogen. Until or otherwise, the nitrogen is being converted into oxides of nitrogen at very high temperature of above 600 degrees centigrade only. Below that temperature, the nitrogen